Hello, it's Rosa here from Connecting You, and I'm here just for a few minutes to give you some tips on filling your workshops or events. Little things that I do differently that I just picked up along the way. And I think you might find it helpful because it's not something that is taught to us from our business coaches. And so they're just sort of very customized um, little tips, okay? So we all use the email method, mass email, send it out to maybe 4,000 people, 1,000 people. Um, I don't do that. I feel that when you send things out to that many people constantly, that they're all getting the same information and that we're not taking time to actually know our clients or our prospects. And we're not customizing the information properly so that people feel they're taken care of. So, what happens when you get an email that just doesn't resonate with you at all? And you keep getting emails from this person every month, or sometimes twice a month, or 3 times a month. What do? I know, we all do it. We delete the email. And that person never knows that because they keep sending it to us and probably never sent us a survey to ask whether those topics or those types of events are of any interest to us. So, what I do is I really look back at the questionnaires and the surveys that I've taken with people and try to understand who are the people that are more heart centered. Who are the people that are really focused on productivity or results or money or large groups? So you get to know their likes, dislikes, and then you can select a certain number, maybe 10%, 20%, 30% of your database and choose which events you send to whom. Now, I know this is time consuming, so if you have an automatic system, this is not going to work. Um, I just choose to do it this way because I'm focusing on heart centered entrepreneurs. And to be able to use the language that appeals to heart centered entrepreneurs, one has to really resonate with them and hear what they've been saying to you in the past so that your communication is tuned in at a certain vibrational level that they can take in, that they would respond to, and sometimes even get excited about. So the communication that's taught to us again by coaches does not come from our regular business coaches. Heart-centered communication is from the heart, and so that cannot be really taught. It has to be felt. Okay, so how do you know what topic, what event to send to whom? It's only by relationship building and by listening and by caring. So there's number one. That's the number one tip. You select the people that you want to send that information to. And when you have another event, you send it out to another group. So now there's a variety of groups that you have and a variety of different content messages that you are sending out. And the other thing that's tip number one. Tip number two is how about if you had an idea of you want to get 20 people or 25 people that you feel would really benefit from this event, and you jot the names down on a piece of paper and you meditate to see whether it resonates with you, and if it does, then you put up a piece of Bristol board up on your wall, create 25 hearts, and you put the names down in those hearts. And you'd be surprised just by you visualizing on having those people in the seats in your space on that date, how real it becomes. You actually manifest it. We talk about manifestation all the time. We talk about law of attraction. And there's various ways in which we can do it, and we all have our own unique ways, and this is one of mine. So I love putting names in hearts and then seeing, and now not always do we get the same 25 people, but can you imagine if you get 20 out of the 25 and the other five came because of referral or came from a new communication that you sent out or a new post, but they're actually resonating with your message because they saw your post on either LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, which I'm not on a lot, but I'm going to start using Instagram a bit more. Um, but you're using all three, and you're probably using Twitter as well. So wherever you post, you'll get some new people each time you put out an event, right? Because the communication that you sent out, they're waiting to hear you speak in their language, so it will call them. They will find it on Eventbrite or wherever it is you posted it. And it's actually really helpful for you to have a percentage of new people at your events every single time. So you may have, I've been fortunate to have about 70% of people, regular clients, like regular participants, people I've known for the last 8 years and 10 years, and usually about 20% new people. And I like that mix because it actually helps us to grow that relationship and nurture that relationship even better. And when the new people come in, they feel very welcome and included, because the people that already are familiar and acquainted or intimate with me, the energy that's created allows everybody else to feel welcome and included. So now we have new friends in our community, and they will be coming to the next event. What is the third thing that I do? So these are three tips. The third thing is once they have signed in, then you want to make sure that you call them back a couple of days later or send them a text and check in to see if they have a friend or business colleague that would really benefit from that event. Because just like in hiring, don't the companies want people similar to the employees that they have because they already know the culture? And that's why referrals work so well. It's the same thing. In your space, you would prefer referral from a regular client of yours because you know that they know the culture and the environment and the communication and the content. And if they can relate that to their friend and their friend resonates with it, all the merrier, because you don't have the time frame for you to get them familiar to your content, your space, your group. It gets shortened, and then you become friends with them much faster. So this has a lot to do with how do we make friends in business in a genuine way. So there's a strategy, there's a process for just about everything we do in business. But just because we use the word strategy or process does not mean that it's cold or or that it's got no heart. Every single step that I have used, I'm talking about engaging your heart. So I do believe that we can build a heart-centered business universe. So the business world has gone on long enough thinking that we get too emotional if we use our heart in business. And the truth is that anything that we buy in sales is based on emotions. So you can't get away from your emotions. They are there. What matters is how we use those emotions in business. And we bring the best to the table. We expect the best from others. And we keep going for the best. So keep that in mind, folks. Don't be discouraged. We can all become heart-centered entrepreneurs and business owners and actually do amazing, abundant business. It's on its way. Let's do it together. So that's my spiel for today. Let's talk again next week. Have a great weekend. Bye now.